Good evening and a Merry Christmas to all my followers. Now, I suppose you're wondering what I'm doing. Well, last year I went on a Christmas Day walk. Tonight I'm doing a Christmas Eve walk and showing you all the lights. But you may wonder what the heck am I doing showing a derelict building, which Wilko is at the moment. It's empty. It's been empty for a while. It used to be the co-op, and it used to have the most wonderful Santa's grotto. And when I say grotto, I don't mean some shed type building. I mean, you used to get into this sort of like, I don't know, car thing, and it would take you through this wonderland that was set up, I think it was on the entire top floor, and that's a childhood memory of mine. I think I might call this video Childhood Memories. Of course, they also had, excuse me for the wind. The wind is icy cold today. So we're heading down St Stephen's Street. You can see the minuscule lights, which, well, this street in the 1970s, 80s and even 90s used to be absolutely bedecked with lights. The lights were simply wonderful. And there is the Chantry Place shopping centre, which is now closed. It's closed until Boxing Day morning. And we head past two of the modern store restaurants or cafes, Pepe's, and we've just went past Chaiwala, where I had quite a lovely cup of tea there. And a couple of nights ago, it was wonderful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you on a walk up the Christmas lights. We're going to finish in Tombland. There used to be lights at Angus Square, but Angus Square is now in the process of being demolished at long last. And we're going past shops which are, those shoe zones still open, but Poundland is now closed until I think maybe the 27th, Saturday. It is, it must be, I don't know, just checking the time, 5 to 6 on Christmas Eve night. 6 hours 5 minutes till Christmas Day. It turns midnight in 6 hours 5. I'm trying not to get people in the video. Obviously Sainsbury's is still open, and as you can see there's still more lights. Sainsbury's is open today until 9, then it doesn't open until 9 a.m. Boxing Day, and it's open from 9 till 9 on New Year's Day as well. Sainsbury's, it's only a local store. Its main superstore on the site of the old Victoria Station coal yard will not open until the 27th of December. It'll be closed Christmas Day, Boxing Day, commonly known as St Stephen's Day, and of course New Year's Day. So, in the distance, I don't know whether you can see it, in the far distance is the castle, which is now open to the public. Let me know if I mean this video is not live, so I don't know how I'm going to cope with the wind, but let's just show you St Stephen's Street. It's calmer now. The city is so much more calmer than it was a couple of hours ago. I mean, I went in a certain shop at 3:30, and the food section was maniacal. Was maniacally bad. It was maniacally busy. It was incredible. Why on... Ouch. I don't know why people leave it to the last minute and they rush around. They rush around like animals that are headless. The wind is extraordinarily strong. It's a northeasterly. Do you know, I think I might have hurt my hand. My bag it's not particularly heavy. I apologise. I'm not showing you very much, am I? I'm not showing you very much at all. This is the now boarded up former Debenhams building, which is scheduled to be demolished down to its two lower floors. I'm supposed to be showing you Christmas lights. Got to push my hat back up. So there we have the St Stephen's Church, where the bus is. That tower, very unusual to have a tower on the north side of a church, especially if it's over the north porch. And there's some lights. This is Brig Street. I can never usually remember what this street's called. It's called Brig Street. And this person here, the Reverend William Doyley, as you can see, he collected subscriptions for the widening of this street. And at one time, buses used to come along here and used to stop roughly where I am. Now, there's another tree bedecked with lights. It gets better, I promise you. Anyone who's running out of patience. We're now on to the what they call the Haymarket. There's Mountain Warehouse that was Top Shop, and before that it was Peter Robinson. Before that it was a cinema. And as you can see, there's the main feature, and the now newly refurbished Haymarket.
Still at those.
Sorry, I'm gonna try and hold my umbrella a different way. Here is Primark, closed early, kept to its Sunday hours I think today. As you can see, there's our main feature, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to I'm going to turn left here. You can see the lights as you go. Let's go up Haymarket Hill, and ahead of you can see the Forum, which is the 2001 replacement for the 1994 building destroyed by fire. I covered that on my See My video, which was done the 1st of August. We're now coming alongside St Peter Mancroft Church. Mancroft meaning, coming from the word Magna Crofta, or large open field. Large field. St Peter's in the large field, as Norwich was at one time. Like we get Coalgate. I don't know what coal is, but gate comes from the Norse word gata, meaning street. So Pottergate, Potter Street. And then of course there's Tombland, which just means empty space. St George's in the Tombland. Now, we now have, he's now closed, the Gallopers. That is, it's obviously, it's under a, and of course you've got the big wheel, which is new. The Gallopers were, it's the same one, although not with the same decoration as the one in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but it is the base model that featured in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They are Gallopers. It's not a carousel like I thought it was. Apparently there's a major difference between the two. So here's City Hall, all splendid with its pink and blue lighting. It's unusual to have lights on at the top. And as here we are. You can see the market. You can see the castle. The market's all bedecked in colour. In the distance you can see Jarrell's. I wonder what the heck he was bloody doing. Someone And you've got the City Hall. Don't worry, I'm not filming you, mate. Good. It's good to know that the family that now pass me, the kids, stopped all over the war memorial. Perhaps one day they'll learn how disgraceful that is. So this is really rather lovely. Mancroft Church, St Peter Mancroft, the market. In the middle there, between the two buildings, is Davy Place, and that lighted up building straight ahead to the left of the spire of the Anglican Cathedral is of course Jarrell's. Jarrell's being really the only independent retailer left, along with Fawns and maybe one or two others. Bonds, we lost Bonds to John Lewis, and W.H. Smith is now T.J. Jones. That's unfortunate, but let's see. Let's have another browse. I'm just having a rest from carrying my umbrella and bag. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a landscape. Now looking there, the building directly to the right of the Guildhall, which leads down Dub Street, that was my great-grandfather's tobacconist shop. Or was it his sister's doll shop? I think it was his sister's doll shop. And there we are. A rather lovely panoramic view of this section of the city. I'll just give you another panoramic view. Mancroft, the city centre civic church. There's the Forum, the War Memorial, the City Hall of 1938, looking very, well, it's got the world's longest balcony, 365 feet. It was not bombed in the Second World War because, you guessed it, Hitler could have used this as a parade ground. So, there we have, down there, there's Lower Goat Lane to the right of the Italian restaurant Paolo's, and to the left, Upper Goat Lane. So, we now return to the walk. We need to be a little bit careful of not getting people in the... I've just done so. So, let's just go down these steps. There's a market stall, there's a pub, what they call a micro pub. So let's just go through one of the rows of the market. So let's choose a row F. I think we've got Christmas tree, and I'll tell you something, shall I? I love this work of art. That work of art where behind it is a bin store. That's absolutely wonderful. So, we're 20 minutes in. Let's go down row F. the stalls closed except for the nail bar. There we are. The micro pub. Very nice. We head down the market. Relatively modern market. It's been like it about 20 odd years. They're looking to the council, they, being the council, want to change it again. Doesn't need changing. So here we are on Gentleman's Walk. You can see the lights of the Royal Arcade there. Let's go down this way. And I'll show you the lights in Gerald's. Looking down Old Post Office Court, which at the end there is the walnut tree shades. We've got more lights here. We've got that's down there is Exchange Street, which was opened to make a processional, to enable it to be a processional route for Queen Victoria when she visited the city. So here we are, Gerald's, and it's, oh, look at it, it's absolutely bedecked with lights. London Street, Britain's first pedestrianised, purposeful pedestrianised street. Let's see. That won't open now until the 27th. It's very traditional. It's Gerald's. Very, very traditional. It doesn't open Easter, well, it's not allowed to open Easter Sunday. It's weird because it is allowed to open tomorrow. It just doesn't. That's the thing. They are allowed to open on Christmas Day if they want to. They just feel compelled to close Christmas Day and Boxing Day. When in fact the reality is they can open. I believe that they can actually open. And you've got garden centres which have to close on Easter Sunday, the busiest Sunday of the year for gardens. So we've got London Street, more lights up here. I'm going to pause the video here, just unpausing it briefly. There's a Castle Street, Waterstones, which looks like it's closed until it's open on Boxing Day. I'll pause the video again. I paused the video there. I didn't want kids singing The Wheels on the Bus and the ABC song. I'd rather them sing Jingle Bells or maybe Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We've got London Street. I did miss the lights down Swan Lane. You can't have all of them. Can't have everything. So we head up London Street. London Street is practically deserted. There's about 5 people now passing me. 2 or 3 hours ago it would have been 55 people passing me. The city is quiet now. Well, people People can't shop anymore. People can't do anything about their Christmas shopping. Any presents, any extra food or drink will have to be bought even on Boxing Day, or maybe even the 27th. I think that's the Subway is the only one open. There's the Wild Man and the former NatWest Bank, now Cozy Club, very London churchy, very who was the chap who built St Paul's Cathedral? Someone please tell me. I want to say the architect's name. I should know the person who built St Paul's Cathedral. Come off it, James, come off it. I really should know who built the modern St Paul's after it was destroyed in the Great Fire of London. I want to say Lutyens, but Lutyens is the person who designed the cenotaph in Whitehall, and the War Memorial that we saw earlier was built by Lutyens, well, designed by Lutyens, Sir Edwin Lutyens. Nope. Who built St Paul's Cathedral? Who designed St Paul's Cathedral? I'll remember to put it in the video when I get a moment. Who is the designer of the modern St Paul's? Anyone tell me? If they get this far in the video. Very London church. We'll just have a rest for a minute. Just show you London Street. And I don't know what that place is. Gonzo's is open. Burns night, January 25th, Rabbie Burns, who wrote Auld Lang Syne, the only Scottish song that English people love. Now, one wonders why there is a red man that high on a pedestrian crossing. I do not know. I can't imagine why. So this is Queen Street. The church there is St Michael at Plea. This on Friday and Saturday nights at about 11 o'clock is jammed with people. I mean, there are actually pubs that are closed. I mean, I cannot believe that Brewdog is closed Christmas Eve. That's unbelievable. It's a pub. It's a public house. Perhaps they know they're not going to. So we passed Kerry's that was established in 2024. You can hear Fairy Tale of New York being played. Well, I can in the background. Pho, the Vietnamese restaurant, that's closed. Perhaps they know they're not going to get enough is the former, what's this one? Revolution de Cuba. It's fairly busy. We can see we're now heading towards Tombland. Oh, that's good. There's disco lights in Postle's Apothecary, but it's not open. Another restaurant that's closed. The amount of things that are closed on Christmas Eve, because they're worried that they're not going to get the custom. Pubs closing early on Christmas Eve, that's unheard of in this day and age. It's unheard of. But here we are on Tombland. There goes a Bentley just down there. The last buses will be finished quite soon. They'll finish in about an hour as we head down Tombland. I mean, there are some buses. There are some buses. There's Boswell's, or the former Boswell's, and Highs at the top. As we approach the Edith Cavell, whose restaurant's open tonight. That's the first time I've ever seen that being used in its present form. The pub has been under quite a bit of about 2 or 3 owners in recent times. Tattlers, who I thought would do a roaring trade, are closed. We'll just head down here. That's the former vegan restaurant in Erpingham House. That was actually quite a good one. And in the distance is the Maid's Head Hotel, where Queen Elizabeth I did not stay. She stayed at the Bishop's Palace on Duke Street. And here we have the statue of Edith Cavell, which was in the middle of the road on a small roundabout at the junction. Nurse, Patriot and Martyr, August 1915, executed by the Germans. It was one of the reasons as to why the Germans entered the Great War, World War I. There's the Anglican Cathedral. And we go round Louis Marchese, closed on Christmas Eve. That's unheard of. That's never happened before. A lot of these places have never shut Christmas Eve. The Louis Marchese's closed Christmas Eve. I can't make that out. That's another pub. The Indian restaurant, Spice Lounge, that's open. But Louis Marchese, no. Maybe they just don't have enough funds. So there we are. I shall end my video here. with a look up at Tombland. And I hope you all have a very good and peaceful Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I might be back with another walk on New Year's Day. I'm not sure yet. But until then, may God bless you all.